Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, Harrison Graham here. We got a mailbag planned for you guys in just a few moments. But first, guys, we're less than 2,000 subs away from catching Philadelphia Eagles now. We've been slowly closing in. Hey, we can't have the Eagles have more subscribers than Chiefs Kingdom. Come on, hit that big red button and subscribe today. And hey, we'll keep banging out videos for you guys here on the show. So subscribe and stay tuned for our mailbag. Appreciate everybody who submitted their questions on today's show. I, of course, am Harrison Graham. You can follow me on Twitter at HGrahamNFL. If we don't answer your question here, you can ask me on Twitter, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. Let's start with KCC Kingdom here, hashtag Chiefs. What will Mahomes' stats be in 2021? So I just threw a dart and took a chance here. Obviously, it's very hard to predict exact stats. So here we go. 67% completion, roughly, 67.2. Over 5,000 yards. Remember, 17-game schedule. Last year in 15 games, he was at over 4,700. We'll get to those stats in a minute. 41 touchdowns, 9 picks. I think he's going to have a big season. I think he's going to be right in the hunt to win NFL MVP. In the extra game, I think will get him over 5,000 passing yards. Last year, with a makeshift offensive line at times and sitting out Week 17, and so only played 15 games, 66.3%, 4,740 yards, 38 touchdowns, 6 INTs, quarterback rating of over 108. I think the improved offensive line will increase the accuracy a little bit, and I think he'll be very, very good once again. I think Mahomes is going to pop off this year. I think he's your favorite to win MVP. I know Vegas likes him as the betting odds to win it this year, and the Chiefs did what they had to this offseason. The only very slight question mark on this offense is, do they have a true number 2 receiver? Now, you have Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, so you basically already have your top duo, but is Mecole Hardman ready to ascend? Something we've talked about quite a bit. If he does, I don't see how you slow down this offense. It's going to be absolutely lethal. Predict Mahomes' stats in 2021. We're going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get hit with the ad break, scroll on down, pinned comment, reply with your Patrick Mahomes stat predictions for this upcoming season. All right, Rhett Rhodes is next up, hashtag Chiefs. What do you think will happen with Joshua Kaindoh? We'll forgive you on the misspelling there. So the front four is, this is kind of how it looks. Remember, Chris Jones is going to play some defensive end as well, but when he's playing inside, I think it'll be him and Jaron Reed on the interior. Frank Clark, we'll see what the other defensive end looks like. I have Taco Charlton penciled in there, but it could easily be Michael Dana or someone else. Joshua Kaindoh, the draft pick out of Florida State. Hasn't been a lot of buzz from him coming out of rookie minicamp, coming out of OTAs and regular minicamp. So we'll see. He may have to compete just to make the roster, but this was an upside type of pick, a former 5-star recruit. Never really put it all together, though, at Florida State. So the Chiefs kind of took a chance here, a projected chance. Like, hey, if he can put it all together, he's got the skills, he's got the athleticism. We'll see if he ever becomes a major factor on this defensive line. Now, we are sponsored by the Newsbreak app, and hey, it's a July competition. We've been telling you guys, so download the app with our link today, chatsports.com/ChiefsNB. Keep up with local news, weather updates, politics, food, pop culture, whatever your flavor is, it'll sync up with your zip code, and you can have storylines from everything going on in your local communities. Chatsports.com/ChiefsNB. You plug that link into your iPhone, your Android, whatever. It'll redirect you to the App Store, and you can download the Newsbreak app today. Let's go to Ryan Lane here. Appreciate the question. Who will be the starting linebackers for the 2021 season? So in 4-3 base, I think it'll be these 3 guys. At least that's what I'm hoping. Anthony Hitchens, I fully expect to be that leader of that unit again. Nick Bolton, Willie Gay Jr. Obviously, your 2 young guys. Willie Gay entering his 2nd season out of Mississippi State. Flashed at times last year for the Chiefs. Obviously didn't get a ton of playing time. I think at full offseason here, he should be a bigger factor this year. I'm hoping he can ascend and be a high-level starter. Then you took Nick Bolton in the 2nd round. I think there's a lot of expectations there. Played his college ball at Missouri, so the Chiefs were able to watch him up close, and they feel really, really good about him. Obviously, you have Ben Neiman as well. If one of these young guys isn't ready, he's at least a reliable vet. But in ideal situations, you want Hitchens, Bolton, Willie Gay. Those are the 3 guys you want out there in this upcoming season. Who will have the better year this year? Willie Gay Jr., Nick Bolton. Get your votes in. Type G for Gay, type B for Bolton. I think it's going to be Bolton, actually. I feel like we've heard more about him. They didn't trust Willie Gay a ton last year, so I will say Bolton, but it would not surprise me if it was Willie Gay. Hopefully they both ball out, and this is your dynamic duo at linebacker for the foreseeable future. Marlon Suttington, hashtag Chiefs, who will have the best season for the Chiefs this year? Well, obviously, when you think Chiefs, you think offense, although this defense is very, very good. Patrick Mahomes, obviously. But Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, I mean, is there a better wide receiver tight end tandem in the history of the sport? I don't know. Last year, what we saw was pretty darn impressive with what they were able to do as a duo. Almost 3,000 combined yards there on almost 200 catches and 26 touchdowns. Hill is the fastest player in the league, and he's a complete wide receiver. Travis Kelce is a mismatch nightmare. He is going to the Hall of Fame. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And then you've got the best signal caller in the sport in Patrick Mahomes. So I think this offense will hum again. I think this trio will be what makes this offense go, and Mahomes could be your MVP, not only for the Chiefs, but perhaps for the NFL as well. Pick someone who will be the Chiefs' 2021 MVP. I'm guessing it'll probably be Patrick Mahomes. But if you want to leave Mahomes out of it, probably Hill or Kelce. Maybe it'll be Tyrann Mathieu. Maybe it'll be someone else. But let me know what you guys think. Who will be the Chiefs' 2021 MVP? Now, we've got one more question to get to, but we can't answer them all here on these mailbags. So follow me on Twitter. I'm at HGramNFL. I'm like 3 followers away from 2,500. Help me get there, and then ask me your Chiefs questions. Slide in the DMs or just tweet at me, and I'll answer as many of them as I can. Always down to talk about some Chiefs football. And, hey, the season will be here before we know it. At HGramNFL, give me a follow and submit me your questions. Boots McGee, hashtag Chiefs. Will Rashad Fenton start at right cornerback or Mike Hughes? Well, I actually think your outside corners are going to be L'Jarius Sneed and Charvarius Ward. Now, Sneed can play nickel. I don't really think Ward can. I think Rashad Fenton at the nickel is probably a more likely scenario, for being honest. Now, he's played some outside. He's played some nickel. If you want to play, if you're purely focused on playing your 3 best corners, I still think it's probably these 3. I like Fenton at nickel, so I wouldn't play him on the outside necessarily. I think Sneed is too good of a player to just put him at nickel. I would make him one of your physical, bigger outside corners. I think he more than held his own. If anything, played very, very well this past season. Tyrann Mathieu spoke highly of Mike Hughes, the player they traded from the Vikings, former first-round pick. He's been a bust up to this point. We have to be objective, but new scenery, new defense. Maybe it's a better scheme fit. Maybe he competes to start. DeAndre Baker still recovering from that femur injury. So there's some bodies, there's some names, but there's been a reason we've still talked about free agent corners, because it's definitely a possibility that they could sign someone. Speaking of which, should the Chiefs sign another cornerback? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I wish they would have brought back Bashaud Breeland, but that did not happen. Let us know on this one, and we will see you soon here on the Chiefs Report.